And this, your adult child, you're trying to give them the scoop or the lowdown, or the get up about whom's ever been around in this community that they're new to, and or they moved away when they were younger and they came back or whatever to live with you because they were resigning in another city, state, or place with their father, or you could have sent them off to their grandparents or whatever. And after they get older, they come back to the city or state, whatever, that you resign in to live there. And you begin to tell them, watch out for such and such, be careful, don't get too deep in with such and such and such. We aren't very close. They have did this, that, and the third to me, and did ugly things to other people, and I'm not judging them or anything. I just don't hang out with them. I don't too much speak to them. I don't know their life. I just hear a lot of stuff. So be careful, how you keep, what company you keep, and who you hanging out with, and how you move and all of that, because these people are people that behind the scene, they do X, Y, and Z, and you don't need to be a part of that. I know that if they don't like me, they really don't like my child. So my child feel, quote unquote, maybe something happened and you couldn't take care of your child or whatever, and you had to let your child go live with their grandparents or their father, or you were having hard times or something of that nature, but your child come back to live with you when they get grown or whatever, and come back to get them a job or to, get on their feet or whatever. But in the back of your mind, God's still telling you, though, like, your child, like, kind of got something with you or whatever. Your child got, like, some vendettas towards you because you sent them off, or they were raised with their father or whatever, down there, being raised with their father or their grandparents or an uncle or your sister or anybody in your family, or, your child could have been sent off, or you were in the military. Your mothers or fathers had to keep your child. You just was gone. You wasn't really, but you wasn't off doing something like just like on drugs, or just, or you wasn't off like you didn't want it to cause bad blood or whatever between you and your child, the distance or whatever complications happened where this child had to go, whatever. You didn't want it, you wasn't meaning for it, but you had to sort out some different things for yourself. Maybe you had a difficult time in your childhood or whatever, and you had to give your parents the authority or the guardianship to take your child or whatever. But make a long story short, your child come back, you're telling the tricks and the trades, and you're telling them about different people and how things have been going in the city that you resign, and to watch out and don't get too involved with da-da-da-da, whatever. But in the back of your mind, when your child make it there and you look at them and you see how they're moving, they're pretending as though everything is okay, but you still feel that this child have some type of resentment, or they felt rejected because you let your parents keep them, or abandoned or whatever. Your child is dealing with some stuff, and you gotta know that. But you tell them or whatever, like, you still trying to tell them to save them, to keep them out of harm's way, because you don't want anything to happen to them. Watch out going with those people, doing the things that they're doing. Even if it was your family, a bunch of your family show up, like, they really love your child, knowing damn well that they don't even love you. And you know they don't love, for that matter, you know they don't love your child. They will set your child up. They will set you up. They will poison you. They will drug you. For that matter, they will try to off you, unalive you. And you knowing that your family that's been acting shady and all that, but you ain't never did nothing to them. And why they would have this type of grudges and vendetta towards you and be holding jealousy and envy and hate, and they got all these addictions and stuff, but all of them in competition with each other too, the whole toxic family. But you're telling your child, like, watch out for such and such, don't do this, don't do that, don't be hanging out like this, don't be eating everybody's food, don't be drinking stuff that's open that people trying to give you, watch your back, don't be just hanging with people, you know, that you don't know really like that, because you don't know what they are possible of or what they may do. And you knowing that all these people been behind your back, backstabbing you, lying on you, slandering you, talking about you, do you think they love your child? Even though when your child make it to the city, they show up and act like they got all this love and they want to do this and do that. But every day you seeing more and more, it's nothing to do with anything positive, but a bunch of toxic addictions going on here with your family still, as though y'all were still teenagers, young, and doing the same thing y'all used to do when y'all were younger. But your child take the initiative to not follow what you said and to think they should not listen to you and go by their own instincts, which they're grown, you can do what you want. But they follow these toxic family members and stuff, lead right into a trap. It was a setup. And